For me, marketing is first and foremost always about the consumer. And getting that consumer voice into the product is key to making sure that that product is successful. As you know, once you launch a product, it comes down to the product quality and all that. But if you don't ensure that you're actually putting something out that consumers want, they need, or they kind of have indicated that they want, that they don't know it exists yet, you're pretty much going to be dead in the water. So for me, as a marketer, usually starting with some semblance of data. I started my career early on in direct response right out of college. So I've been a data-driven marketer from day one. Every single one of my jobs post-college has been something that really consumes data, uses data to really drive decision-making, beyond just ROI, but really kind of diving in and trying to gather these insights and telling the story. That you can use data to actually help you tell that story, I think, is key, and what differentiates marketers that just use data to put out reports and nobody really pays attention. But at this day, for me, it's taking that and really understanding that consumer voice through data to build product, which is kind of what I love doing. The term big data is probably an overused term, but it's definitely that that system or batch of systems that you're using to really hone in on, again, how customers are using your product. For us, I've been in mobile for 10 years now, and early on, feature phone days, the data wasn't there. You kind of were really relying on just sales data. You didn't have a lot of usage data when you were playing little pixel bit games on flip phones. There was nothing for you to actually use, and then it was a lot of post-purchase surveys and industry reports and all these things that you kind of had to cobble together to actually make something that was relevant for you to use to make your product better, where today you can pretty much track everything under the sun. And it's not just about bringing users into the door, it's about keeping them while they're there. So the amount of data and the volume of data that you have at your fingertips today is much more vast than it ever used to be before. So not only do you need to be able to mine much more data than you ever had to before today, but it goes back to that storytelling and parsing it in a way and diving into it in a way and mining it in a way that you can actually start to get valuable insights into. And once you have those insights, actually pushing those up and making sure that your product people know what's going on, that they can act on it. The executive teams know what's going on, that they know that everything's kind of working as it's supposed to. And then for you, from a marketing perspective, that you're bringing in the right users, they're actually ROI positive users, and that you're kind of, once you're bringing them through the funnel, that you're keeping them there and maintaining your player bases in a way that continue to make sense for you to continue to spend money and drive their usage of your product.